Hi guys, sorry I'm not here with you today, but I'm going to walk you through the open concept kitchen, dining room, and living room floor plan. This is going to be a test grade for you guys. So up until this point, your living room floor plan, your kitchen on the back of your kitchen notes, all of that, those have been like daily grades. That's why I've been giving you so much feedback. Hopefully you've been learning and asking questions, but now it's time to really show what you've learned throughout the process and put it together for one large space. So you're gonna get this half sheet from our substitute teacher, and I'm just gonna walk you through what it says. So it says, draw an open concept kitchen, dining, and living room. Follow all kitchen requirements we learned in class. So that's like keeping 3 feet of traffic flow and making sure to use the green template for how to draw the furniture. You should go and watch my YouTube video posted on Canvas about how to use those kitchen templates so you're getting that kitchen right. It then says, use page 243 in the textbook to understand how to draw a kitchen connected to a living room and dining room. So this is open concept. So 242 is where the kitchens are. So you should have referenced, of course this page fell out, classic. You should have referenced this page already for your notes when you did your kitchen notes. But this time you're gonna look at page 243 and you'll see that it gives several different options for how kitchen, living, and dining rooms can look. So this one down here just shows a kitchen with a dining room. So that's just how it's saying that someone working in this kitchen here would be able to look out to the dining room or walk through this doorway somewhere else. This one over here is probably the best example and the one that I'd like you to try to recreate, but the layout can be a little different. But there's no walls separating the dining area from the kitchen or the kitchen from the living. This is a little peninsula bar right here with little bar stools. So it's not an actual wall. It is a divider, but the person here, these lines are to show eye line. The person in the kitchen could see into the kitchen or into the living room. Over here, they put a window behind the sink so they could see out. That's what those arrows are pointing at. But notice how the dining room, it's got this probably some buffet or like a butler's pantry over here. These look like sinks. They could be sinks or some other kind of decor on the surface. So that's what's on this wall. You don't have to include that, but you do need to include a dining table, and I'll tell you the specifics on how big that is in a minute. In the kitchen, you need to make sure you're including all parts of our work triangle. So sink, fridge, range, probably some upper cabinets, definitely lower cabinets, an island if you want to, or a bar area. This is a pantry. You don't have to include that. Then you need this to look or be connected to the living room space. So notice we have wall thickness all around the whole space. And then the 3 rooms in between, they don't have walls. So let me give you some specific directions on actually what you have to include in each room. Well, I'll finish reading the directions. How about that? It says, keep in mind what would look good in real life. So if you're struggling imagining in your head what a living kitchen dining space would look like, then go to Google and Google open concept kitchen, living, dining room floor plan and get inspired. And then recreate it by drawing it by hand. That's fine. I don't consider that plagiarism because you still have to draw it yourself to scale. But if you want to get inspired by the layout, that's fine. Remember, these are open concepts and should encourage social interaction between all 3 spaces. So nothing super closed off. And then it says, read all requirements before you begin. So you need to really become familiar with this sheet. All right. So everywhere for the whole space, it says use the average room size handout for square footage. You're going to get this from the sub. So on the front side, it has a list of rooms and then suggested dimensions for those rooms. For example, a living room. It has suggested dimensions for a small, medium, or large living room. All kinds of rooms on the front and then more on the back. So you want to make sure you're looking at, okay, how big roughly should this living room space be? How roughly big or small should the dining room be? And then the kitchen's over kind of on the side here. How big or small should the kitchen be? So use those together to get the general size. I'm not going to be looking for exact, like if it says medium kitchen is 10 by 16, that could also be 12 by 14. Like, get it close. It doesn't have to be right on the money exact. Okay, you need to include 1/8 of an inch walls. So that's half a box. That's what we've been doing the whole time. Super straight with a ruler and then lightly shaded in. When you're done, you need to do little numbers on all your furniture and then make a list of your furniture on the side. Minimum within the whole space, 4 windows. You can decide how big or small, but every window needs to be at least 2 feet or more. But it doesn't matter how much more, that's up to you. And then at least 2 doors. So how are you getting in and out of the whole space? In the kitchen specifically, you need at least a sink, range, fridge, and dishwasher. And don't forget that dishwasher needs to be next to the sink or right near it. You have to have at least 3 feet of traffic flow throughout the kitchen. So all that walking space in the kitchen is at least 3 feet wide. 3. You do need to dash in a triangle for the work triangle. And off to the side, outside of the floor plan, you need to label what layout that kitchen is. Is it L shape? Is it peninsula? Think about that afterwards though. Add that label at the end. Then for the dining and living area, your traffic flow needs to be at least 2 feet. So imagine your finger is about 2 boxes wide on your graph paper, and move your finger around when you're done drawing and make sure someone could walk around and not bump into furniture. You need to include a dining table with seating for at least 4. So use some of the rectangles and tables on your green templates. In the living space, you need at least 1 sofa, 2 chairs, a coffee table to go kind of near the couch. Remember, at least 2 feet between it though. A lamp, which can just be any circle or square that's kind of small. A plant and a rug. All of that has to be in the living space. And then again, that traffic flow is 2 feet. So this all together is a test grade. You're going to have multiple class periods to do it. You should start today. Start by drawing your walls and maybe wait for your windows and doors once you have established where your furniture is going to go. I would probably start with the kitchen and then kind of work from there. It could be one long linear room, a long rectangle. It could be an L shape where it's like kitchen, living, dining. Or, well, you probably wouldn't put dining that far away. But like in the book, use that as a reference for layouts or Google some common floor plans for living, kitchen, dining, open concept spaces, and try to redraw it yourself to scale. I will see you guys at some point during this process, but you have to get started. Sitting there doing nothing is not acceptable. So if you're struggling, go to Canvas or go to YouTube, find my tutorial videos on the floor plan cheat sheet and on the kitchen floor plan and watch them and practice and then really try to start. You have all the tools you need to do this and do it well. So I better see some progress when I see you guys next. Email me if you have questions. Good luck.